back again. I thought I'd do this video just to explain how I got into goth and how I'm different, and like it says, family different and goth. Sorry about me looking down because I'm the angle, because I've got a new coffee table and it's making it make me look like I'm looking down, but I'm just trying to focus, so I apologise for that. Like I said, my childhood wasn't very nice. It was horrible. My father drank and he used to beat me and my mum, and he was in the army, so I don't know how he done all that stuff to us. And as a child I was sexually abused by him, and people say I should go in counselling for that, but it's been a long time. I don't know, I think that's why I self-harm sometimes, and that's why I didn't have any children, because I thought growing up, would I do the same to my kids? But like I said, I won't go into all that. I'll just give you the basics, what's happened to me as a child, which wasn't very nice. When I see the programs of like Michael Jackson and all them people do that, sometimes I watch it, I start crying. So, but that is another story, so I won't get into that. I don't want to start crying. So different is, it's been from childhood being different, because I didn't have any friends. I've got no brothers and sisters. I've got no cousins or nothing. Well, I've got cousins, but because they didn't like my dad, never know where they are. Well, I don't know where they are and how to get in touch with them, but I don't think I would want to get in touch because I've been on my own for so long, so I just cope with it.
Good evening.
And being
Wonderful
different
to see you here
people
this evening.
ask me, for a black person you don't listen to rock music, reggae music. For a black person you don't go to clubs. Like I grew up in the 70s, because I was born in 1966, so I grew up in the 70s, 80s, and they used to have all them, what they call it, the reggae, them like clubs for black people, but I never went into them. I wasn't into that. And like I said, my father was very, so he wouldn't let us go anywhere. If he tell us anything, we had to believe what he said. We couldn't question it. So, and as I grow up and start jobs and mix with people, and people say, no, you shouldn't be living like that, your father telling you things like that, and just break away from it. So I start living on my own and realised that there was more to what he was saying to life. So I tried to be, as they say, try to be normal. Like when I say normal, I mean I try to have nice things in the house, like pictures and stuff like that, which wasn't me. I always like gothic stuff, like ornaments, clothing. If I had the money, I would be like one of them Victorian goth, wearing them clothes and stuff. But my clothes I get from the charity shop and from Depop, and when on sale I get from Killstar. But the reason goth is because I find that when you're in the goth subculture and all that stuff, you can be yourself, and nobody say, oh, you shouldn't be dressed like that, or you shouldn't look like this. Because once you meet up with another goth and you're accepted, and they, because I've met few, well, I've talked to a few people on Facebook, Instagram, and that it doesn't seem that you're different. Goth, it seems like you're all the same, and it doesn't matter what you look like, if you can read and write, what colour you are. And I've seen, because I've been told that oh, we don't see any black goths. While he's talking. But on YouTube I've seen a few goths, black ones, and there are out there, but people think, oh, when they see me they think, oh, she's unusual, being black and dressing like this and listening to rock music and not liking all the black, well, the black stuff. Like they say to me, oh, you like all them stuff, but you don't like African stuff, you don't like reggae music, you don't. I said, no, I just like heavy metal music. I like these kind of stuff, skulls, skeletons, and stuff like that. And when I was young, everybody used to say, oh, because when I was going to school in the 70s and early 80s, I was going to school. I think the cat's gonna fight in a minute. But people, that's it, when you're fighting. When I was going to school in the 80s and 70s, there wasn't much black going to school, and when you, like me, I was dyslexic. When you go there, they just, when I went to school and you try to mix with other children, they wouldn't mix. They think, oh, she's a bit, oh no, we don't want to mix with her. Because I remember once, we was at PE once, and one of the girls took off their cardigan because I didn't have, it was cold and we had to go outside. And the teacher said, give Angela your cardigan. And she didn't want, so the teacher made her give me the cardigan. So I put it on. And when it was finished, I give it back to her. She wouldn't put it on. Seemed like she was going to catch something. She wouldn't put the cardigan on. I said, what's wrong? And she wouldn't next to me. She thought I would give her some if I touched her or anything. And she took it home, and it was cold, and she wouldn't put it on. Took it home. I suppose the mother maybe chuck it in a bin or wash it or. And when I used to work, people used to look at me and wouldn't, like staff room, they would say, oh. And I never say when I go for jobs or people look at me different. I never say because I'm black. I always say because I can't read and write or I don't fit in. Because I don't see myself pretty. I see myself, I don't know, when I look in the mirror, I don't see pretty. I just see a ugly person, and I think, oh, and they maybe see me as that inside. That's how I feel. But since I come into goth, I feel a bit more, and doing YouTube, coming into goth, I feel a bit more better and a bit more better in myself. I feel I fit in. I don't feel like I'm an outcast anymore. I feel I fit into it because I like the music, I like the ornaments, I like the clothes, and I can't read, but I go on Google and get the history of goth, and I know, and I think, yeah, I like that. That's me. That's my, if I was in that era, that would suit me. Because I see myself, if I had loads of money, I would get a little castle and live there. That would be just right for me. And different is, I like to be different, because even when I had a car, I always did it different, and people look, I like when people look and say, oh, she's different. Even my flat, I try to make it different, because I like that when people say, oh, she's different, she's a new guy. I just think, yeah, at least I'm not a part of same as everybody else saying. It's like here when I've got this butler, Renfield, and people come in and say, oh, that spooks me, because I'm different, because there's nobody round here who's got him. Because when they come in, they look, they say, oh, I never see that before. But you see it on social media, people have got him. You see the house, I got it, and like the picture and the skulls. So I like to be like that, different. And the goth is, some of them can, because if you haven't got the clothes or if you ain't got the same thing, they can maybe, but I haven't had that, because like I said, I don't go out and mix much. But I find it's my style. I like that kind of style. And like I said, my childhood wasn't very good, so I didn't go anywhere. I didn't socialize much, so I just didn't mix, was locked away or something, you could say. Just didn't. So when I come out and see the world, I think, oh God, is that what it's like? And then just get excited. Because people laugh at me when I go IKEA or anywhere, I get excited. Like when I went to Comic Con, I get excited, because that's my little, to me, that's my little happiness. I think, oh great, this is, and people laugh and say, oh, are you getting excited over that? If I achieve anything, I get excited. And like doing YouTube, to me, I feel great. I've got subscribers, and I think that's brilliant. So, like I said, it is, and I'm happy being what I am, and I'll be like that till I die. But sometimes when you feel like you like you're not wanted, and then you go to somewhere and people treat you, you think, oh, that's great. Yeah, I feel a part of this. I feel, yeah, great. But sometimes when you see people treat other people, you think, why are you treating that? Because they're different, or because they listen to different kind of music. It shouldn't be. Everybody, I think the work, everybody should try and get on with everybody because it's too short. Life is too short. You could go out there and drop dead. So that's why I try to keep myself to myself and not mix too much, because sometimes there's people out there that just want to cause trouble. And like I said, my childhood was terrible, and I try not, some people, because they had a bad childhood, they try to blame other people. I don't, I just bear it and try and cope the best way I can. Sometimes I can't, sometimes things go and I just, well, when I say flip, I just take it out on myself. And sometimes you wish you had someone to talk to, you could talk to someone, but sometimes there's nobody. You got friends, but they got their own problems. So, and sometimes you just want to talk to someone. But like I say, being in this family YouTube and in the goth subculture is great. I don't class myself like gothic, like goth. I like the goth stuff and that, and I wear, I've got a few clothes that I wear, but like I said, if I had the money I would get more clothes, more shoes and more stuff like that. But the stuff I get from charity shops and stock and that, to me it's I just make it the way I want it and make it look gothy, because you can buy black stuff and cardigan, like this cardigan I got from Depop, so, and it looks alright with the skulls and skeleton. But yeah, so I thought I'd just say about bit myself. Sometimes you might see I put strange stuff on Facebook and that's sometimes people say to me, you don't behave your age. Sometimes I don't know, true, I don't behave my age sometimes, but when things happen to you young, I think sometimes it just comes back. So that's why sometimes when I put things on Facebook and Instagram, people might say, oh, that's a bit strange putting that on there, but sometimes it's my way of showing how I feel, or I can't talk it, or I can't write it down. I just get a picture and put it out there, because sometimes I feel, I'm going to put a picture up at the end of the video, and I'm going to get that ornament for my birthday, because sometimes I feel like that. You know, there's a statue, and what it is, she looks in a mirror, and when she looks, she sees a reflection of a skeleton, and it's what, I can't remember the name of it, but one of you might know what the name of the ornament is. And she looks back and she sees a skeleton self, and sometimes I feel that way. I look at myself and I think I don't look that great. Sometimes I see myself horrible, and I think, oh, and I look at myself and think, oh, no wonder nobody likes me, because I'm horrible inside. And I think that stemmed from childhood. What happened, you think, oh, I'm a horrible person, that's why people do this to me. And that's how I feel when things happen. I think I'm a horrible person, that's why people treat me like this or do this to me. But then sometimes when good things happen, you think, well, I can't be that horrible because good things happen. But that's sometimes how you feel. You can't help how you feel, and it is, sometimes it does get you down. And sometimes I do listen to sad music, have a good cry, then I feel better. And like now talking, I thought I'd do this video, and I thought you guys can get to know a bit how I cope with stress and things that happen to me. But I'm glad I've come back home to the goth, and I like the music, I like the clothes, and the people I've met on social media, Facebook, YouTube are great. And there's few people I can text and message and talk, and they talk back and help me with things, so that's great. And like there's some culture that you can't how could I say, you can't feel like you fit in, but with the goth culture I feel I fit in well, because I don't know, I just fit in with everything, because like I said, I like the music, the clothes, and the poetries of some, and the stories, the books and stuff like that, and the history goes back. If you look at the histories and you look at it, you think, oh yes, I can see, yeah, and I feel part of it. I feel like I belong there. I don't feel like I belong somewhere else. I belong there. So, and being different. I like being different, and I think that's carried me through. And at my age, I haven't been to prison. I haven't done anything bad. So I think I'll keep that up. And yep. So that's the bit. That's all I talk about. And yep. And that's why I enjoy goth and the ornaments and everything. So, but some people, they treat other people bad, and for those people, they will get their what they say, what goes around comes around. So for you guys, if anybody's watching this and going through now sexual abuse or anything, just report it. I didn't, because I was frightened of my father, and it's been years now, so there's nothing now, it's happened years, so I just bear it. But if anybody's watching this going through, just get contact with the police, or tell somebody. Don't let it heat you up inside, because it does heat you up inside, and it's not very nice. But I'm getting old now, so I'm just waiting to drop dead now, so I just cope with it. And sometimes it does flashbacks. It's horrible. And sometimes I get flashback, and people who don't know think, what's wrong with her? But yeah, so, and with all this going on with television and in the media and everything, it's just bringing stuff back to me, and I just hate it. But hope this little video helps. And I know it's not much about goth and that. I thought I'd just say why I've got into it. It's not to hide or anything, it's just that I feel happy in that. I feel I belong in what surrounds the goth and being different, and friends I've met on social media, because I haven't got any goth friends out. I've just got them on social media and YouTube, and I just want to say thank you. And if you're watching this video, I'm alright. I'm just coping, but I'm not going to go see no psychologist or anything about that. I just think they stir it up, and I think when you go and see them and it bring it all back up, that's when I think things happen bad, and then you start getting worse. But I've learned to suppress it, to keep it down, so I'll do that until I kick the bucket. But yep, so just want to say thank you for the new subscribers, and I hope this video wasn't too depressing. But if you're watching it, thank you for watching, and if you got any questions, just leave them below, and catch you on the next one. Sorry it's too long, I think it's a bit long, but I thought I'd just talk about that, and I think that's it. And yep, so it wasn't too bad. I thought I'd just mention bits what's happened in my life and things like that. But yes, so I'm happy now doing what I'm doing, and sometimes happy, sometimes a bit down, but things happen. So hopefully my birthday's coming up, hopefully I can get someone to cheer me up. So there we are, and just want to say thank you to all my YouTube friends. Thank you, you've been great guys, supporting and everything, so thank you. And yep, I'll leave it there, so before I start crying if I say anything else. But I think that's it, and thank you for watching. And my famous one.